And welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of the TV show podcast. I am Jay Black, joining you live from Halifax, Canada. You can smell the salmon on my breath from where you're sitting, I'm sure. Joined, as always, by the lovely and radiant Rhea Hughes.
I
and
have
the
been to Halifax,
sun-kissed.
Jay, by the way, just to let you know, I have actually been to Halifax.
Have you been? Were you being punished for some reason, Rhea, or did you go there on
I
purpose?
did a cruise one time in my life, and it was like 100 degrees in the summer, so we went north to Canada.
It's the weather is very pretty here. And I said we have the sun-kissed Angelo Cataldi, who is down at the shore. So I could see the color in his face. And guys, we got so much to get to. I want to start with you, Angelo, because I believe you're probably the biggest Ricky Gervais fan in this crew. You're a big, I know you liked his show Afterlife a whole lot. That was one we talked about. And he's got a brand new show on Netflix. It's an animated show called Alley Cats. And it got some of the worst reviews I have ever seen, including a rip-roaring one in The Independent that I sent to you, just excoriating this guy and his sense of humor and how everything fell flat in it. And it reminded me, we talked a little bit about The Hawk, the Will Ferrell show, which is also on Netflix. And we have these two legendary comedians, Angelo, both debuting new shows within a couple of weeks of each other, both being received as terrible. Is it just unique to these two guys, or is there something about comedians at a certain point where they just lose touch and can't be funny anymore? What is it?
All right. Most of them do hit that wall. Most of them do. I'll give you a couple examples later, but let me just say, were the reviews worse for The Hawk or worse for the Alley Cats? You know what was worse?
I think it was for Alley Cats. Yeah, I'd have to take a look, but I think Alley Cats did worse than The Hawk.
Alley Cats, you know how much I hate animated junk, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alley Cats is 100 times better than The Hawk. At least it still has the courage to say inappropriate things, which is Ricky Gervais's, that's his wheelhouse. It still does that. It does it through the characters. He voices one of the characters. Jay, I'm almost ready to say, I'm going to keep watching the Gervais cartoon, and I hate cartoon just because Gervais, the Hawk, is such a steaming pile of crap. You understand?
Yeah.
It's lazy. It's cliche. He's playing the same character. It's so predictable. You can watch 5 minutes of it and know exactly what's going to happen for the next 5 hours. It's just awful. So, let me just say, yes, you're right that it's not Gervais's best work. Afterlife was phenomenal. Derek was really good. Extras was good. The Office is iconic. Gervais is a genius, all right? Let me give you a couple of examples, though, of people that knew enough to not do this. Rhea, Seinfeld, right?
Yeah,
he did it.
Yeah.
And when he did it, did he not say, I've done it. I'm not going to do the same thing again?
No, but he's not been successful. I mean, I liked the Unfrosted movie. You did not.
No.
I think he voiced, but he's not been a movie success at all.
No.
So, he didn't do it. And frankly, Will Ferrell hasn't been interesting since Elf, which I love. I think Will Ferrell started downward in The Wedding Crashers, which I thought was the worst part of The Wedding Crashers. But I think there's way more examples of stand-up comics who've been highly successful. You got Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy, Jim Carrey, Steve Martin. I think if you were talented, you are going to be talented in whatever and continue to be funny. Although some of these, Steve Martin has done some dramatic roles. Jim Carrey, I didn't really like him in the dramatic stuff, but I think there's Adam Sandler has had a very success. And Angelo had to talk me into finishing Hustle, which he was great in.
Yeah. It was a good show.
But Jay, you're a comic. Jon Stewart is another example of what Rhea's saying. He's funnier now than he ever was, and he's in his 60s.
Yeah.
All right. Johnny Carson did a show for 30 years and was always funny. He didn't hit a bad period. He was consistently fantastic. But Lucille Ball, Lucy, the end of her career was pitiful. She had
Yeah.
2 or 3 shows that were awful and kept going. And I hate to say this, the greatest comic trio in history, the Three Stooges, by the end, were scraping the barrel with Joe Besser playing Curly. No.
Curly Joe
So
Besser, yes.
here's the thing. There are good examples on both sides. Some people can sustain it and some people can't. I will not say that Gervais can't do it. Gervais to me is still a genius. Will Ferrell is done. He is stick a fork in him. He is finished.
So I just have one.
Just do a slight defense of Lucille Ball because Jay, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. You guys read a lot. She went into didn't she go into? She's responsible for Star Trek.
Yes.
I mean, she had a production. Yep. She was one of the first big independent production companies. So she went on to the other side of it and was massively successful in it.
Correct. That's a great point.
I'll say that the Desilu Studios with Desi Arnaz and Lucille Ball invented the rerun. Prior to that, reruns did not exist. So, important person there. I just want to say one quick thing about this. I remember seeing Dane Cook's Vicious Circle at the height of Dane Cook's popularity. And he was getting standing ovations on every joke. And I think that as a comic, you need to have a risk of failure to be good. You have to constantly be worried, is the audience with me? Am I saying it in a way that you can understand? Once you reach a certain level of pop culture combustibility, where everything you say is considered wonderful, I think it's hard to maintain your focus on what's funny and what isn't, because the audience isn't telling you. They say that everything's funny. So much as I would like that in my personal life, it makes your comedy not that great. Yeah.
No, Jay, that's a great point. That's a great point. And who is the guy? Why am I? He was on our show too. The foul mouthed guy with the leather jacket and the smoking.
Andrew Dice Clay.
Andrew Dice Clay. Same thing. It's crashed and burned, right? Crashed and burned. But then there are others that. What's his name? George Carlin was great right to the end. I don't know. I guess you have to. Jay, you do that job. You have to adjust. You can't keep doing the exact same thing for 40 years and expect to remain relevant, right?
I'll tell you the difference that I see is that there are guys who will still go into the clubs when nobody's expecting them, and they're the ones that last a long time. Yeah. The ones that only book theater tours that bring in their fans, they eventually get stuck in a rut. It's why Chris Rock is still relevant and Kevin James isn't, so far as stand-up is concerned. Okay, so let's switch to one of our favorite subjects, Rhea. David Zaslov, the head of Warner Brothers, currently in trouble with his merger, which seems like it's being stopped, the merger that Netflix missed out on with Paramount. It's a story for a different time. The Barbie movie, which I thought was really good, came out in 2023. It made $1.4 billion. Yep. Greta Gerwig, the director of that movie, one of the 5 most powerful directors on the planet right now, she has called Warner Brothers and said, I have an idea for a sequel. I'm not going to tell you till we get a deal in place, but we need Margot Robbie, we need Ryan Gosling, and we need me to sign a deal. And by the way, the last movie made $1.4 billion, so cough up the money. Now, Zaslov has replied, basically, Barbenheimer, the Oppenheimer Barbie thing, was a cultural phenomenon that's not going to be repeated. I don't think we're going to have the same success. I'm not going to pay you $1.4 billion salaries. What do you think's going on here? Is Zaslov just playing hardball? They might lose the entire brand deal with Mattel if they don't get a movie started by January. So what's going on here, Rhea?
This is clearly that he was stupid. I mean, to have the names that he had attached, which I knew was going to make you happy, Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, Greta Gerwig, to have them attached and not sign them up at the same time for a potential sequel. You didn't have to do the deal. I mean, they've done these. Hey, we've got it's called an option. Players in sports do this all the time. Because I was looking at the money. You're right. They made over $1 billion. So Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie each made $12.5 million. Now, Margot Robbie made a lot more because it was her production company. So she made about
Yes.
$50 million more. What I was reading was they were looking to get about $20 million each. So I'm going, okay, it's called a raise off of a massively successful movie that will probably, just because of the name, draw in that much or more. To me, if I'm David Zaslav's boss, if he has one, I'm like, you're a moron. I mean, that's just the
Yeah.
way I'm looking at it.
Angelo, do you write the check here?
No.
You agree? What do you think?
I don't agree with her at all. He is a moron, but he's way more a skinflint. This guy's got to be kidding me. They cashed 1.4 billion, and he's looking for a deal on the sequel.
Yes.
And Rhea nailed it. Rhea, I didn't even think of that. If you're going to do a Barbie, and you got to anticipate it could become a phenomenon, sign them up for 3 movies, 4 movies.
Exactly.
You did 1 and no more. You are them. Go back to Deadliest Catch. Well, that's all you ever did, David Zaslov.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know a good movie from a dud if it slammed you in the head. Bottom line, I hope the people that made the first movie get rewarded for being that successful. You're right. Margot Robbie had her bases covered anyway. Here's how much I hate David Zaslov. I was thinking about this. I went, if David Zaslov today held a news conference and said he was throwing his full support behind the United States, I think I would stop rooting for Iraq.
No, you would not. Stop it. I'm going to make you stop that. This is a podcast that people enjoy watching, and I don't want them to turn us off. So take it back.
All right, fine. I'm sorry. I just delved slightly into Jay's territory. Jay, I'm sorry.
No,
that won't happen.
I want people to understand this was what I dealt with for 26 years. Was come on, come back.
Gotta save him. Gotta save him.
No
this
dump
is
button
ridiculous.
here. She would have dumped me right off the air at that point. But anyway, I can't stand the guy, regardless of the reason. The public deserves a Barbie sequel, and they deserve the people in it that made the first one so successful. So Zaslov, figure out what the hell it is and do it.
Perfectly said. Perfectly said. All right, let's move on, Angelo, to your favorite topic, OnlyFans, which is the adult website where normal people, everyday people, can undress. I mean, you don't have to undress. You can do anything that you want, but people subscribe to you and you make money doing it. And what has happened recently, there's 3 names of mainstream actresses that has gone and done this. Jamie Presley, who you might know from My Name is Earl, a very pretty blonde woman. Drea Matteo, one of my all-time crushes, who played Christopher's girlfriend on The Sopranos. And a girl I wasn't aware of, my daughter knew who she was, Jessie Cove, who was one of the girls in Harry Potter. She has an OnlyFans as well. And at least in the case of Jessie Cove and Drea Matteo, both of them were in bad financial straits when they went on to do this, and they wound up making hundreds of thousands of dollars doing it. Jessie said that she does not get naked. She does hair stuff. I don't know what that means. She like brushes her hair.
She
and
has
weirdos
really
give her
long
money.
hair, like hair down to her waist. And there are people out there who have hair fetishes. She doesn't take her clothes off. She literally goes on and brushes her hair, and people pay for it.
And this is what I'm saying. I'm not a prude in any way. Make your money. Oh, look, we just got $200,000 from people. Rhea. Keep doing it, Rhea.
Rhea just gave everybody a freebie. That's great. We don't charge for that.
So that's my question here, Angelo. Is this, I mean, it's a sad reality that they wind up here because they were working actresses. But is it sad? I mean, if you're going to make 7 figures brushing your hair online, like, I say go and do it. Where do you stand on this? I'm curious your thoughts.
All right. Here's the thing, Jay. First of all, solely in the interest of research for the TV show podcast, I
subscribe to everybody.
No. I attempted to see the material you were referencing until they asked me for money. And then, see, a minute ago, I called David Zaslov a skinflint. I know what a skinflint is. Bottom line, here's the thing, all right? And maybe this is just weird timing. Do you know 2 days ago, I received a check in the mail? I am still getting residuals from
No.
one tiny scene I filmed for what was it
The
called?
Goldbergs. The Goldbergs.
The Goldbergs, right? So here's the thing. All right, all these years later, I'm seeing these people not making any money. Drea Di Matteo is on arguably the greatest show of all time. She's not still getting a lot of money. I mean, I don't understand how that happened. Jamie Presley, that show was very successful. My Name is Earl. What? She's not getting any money. They got to do this. That's weird to me.
You know what you get in. I mean, like your residuals. I mean, they're higher if you've been in more episodes. But what do you get? Like $3 for your residual, Angelo? It's not a ton of money.
No, the last one I got was 9 cents. I got 9 cents the last time. And you know what? I cashed them. I cashed a 9 cent
You did
check.
not.
It's so charming, Rhea. Taylor loves it.
It's not charming at all.
That's
Gail,
hilarious.
we're going out tonight with 9 cents.
Yeah. Says, all I have is a dime. You have change?
Rhea, where do you stand on this? I'm very curious. I feel like it's empowering to do this if you want, but it feels sad that they have to somehow. And I don't know if that's me, being puritanical.
So so in the Jessica is a Jessie Cove case.
Jessie Cove, yeah.
Yeah, she does nothing explicit. Like I said, I looked into it. She literally brushes her hair, and she's got 4 kids with her fiance. And, that's different. She wasn't a main character on Harry Potter. And frankly, I wouldn't recognize her if I saw her out on the street. Drea Di Matteo, people know who she is. She said when she first started, she made $75,000 in 75 minutes. And it paid off her mortgage. I am in favor of anybody outside of doing anything illegal. If she's paying off, she's got 2 teenagers. I mean, you got to have a conversation with them because hers is a little bit more. She doesn't do any porn or anything like that. But I think she said she just did her first nude. So you got to talk to your kids and go like, I'm sending you to college and private school. And so mama's going to show a little skin. They got to be cool with it. I mean, it's not a conversation I would ever have or I'd be comfortable. But, it is ridiculous that she's never gotten another gig because I thought she was really good.
Yeah. I talked to my kids about it. And they said both more dignified than what you do for a living, Dad. And I said, fair. That's fair point. As I'm telling jokes on a cruise ship. Yeah.
Let me add to this controversy a little bit, though, right? So Drea Di Matteo at The Sopranos did a lot of very torrid sex scenes with Christopher Moltisanti, right? Here's the thing. If she's going to do that in the show and she shows some sexual stuff in OnlyFans for her own profit, is that a bad thing? To me, if she's comfortable with it and she does it for a living anyway, I don't see that it's that big a problem. I don't. She has a right to do whatever she feels.
It's a great point you brought up because Jessie Cove, in the story that I read about her, is not invited to Harry Potter conventions where they make money because of her OnlyFans connection, because it's considered explicit, even though she does nothing explicit. And her comment was, some of the people I acted with are in sex scenes in movies. And that's not. So you're right. You're absolutely right.
She's right. 100% right.
I will say this about Drea Di Matteo. If you like Italian women, which I do, I married one. Oof. That's all I got to say. She's just Christopher's girlfriend, one of the most beautiful women. I was just a big fan of hers, and I don't subscribe to her OnlyFans because I'm married to an Italian woman who would shank me to death if she ever found that on our credit card bill. So, all right, let's talk about somebody. Even if you're not making a lot of money in residuals, you can still go and find good and reasonably priced jewelry at our good friend Steven Singer. Tell me about Steven Singer, Angelo Cataldi.
I got to tell you, I'm tired of talking to you about Steven and not seeing any action on your end. All right. The fact is that your wife, if she's this great, and you always tell us how great she is, she needs something nice from Steven Singer Jewelers.
Fair point.
Whatever it is. And I know you got a big birthday coming up too. So maybe you go there and each get something great for one another. Because the fact is, you will get your money's worth. You will find the perfect gift, and you will do it in a setting that makes it enjoyable. If you're going to spend your money, you might as well have a good time doing it. And nobody knows this better. There are two people that know it better, Rhea Hughes and her ladies' man son, Clark, who have often did Steven Singer. Rhea, tell us what's going on over there right now.
I have some really fun stuff. I always like to find something different, and they have engraving stuff. So, everybody loves, if your grandmother is still with you, God bless you. It's what I love. Clark loves that grandmom is coming in to visit in a couple weeks. He's super excited. So I had a couple things. Jay, you said Italian. So they have, let me see if you can see that. You said it says Nona. Am I pronouncing that correct?
I love that.
Nona.
Yeah.
Hold on. We got Nona. We have
nice one.
Abuela, for Hispanics. Abuela for Hispanics. I believe this is Jewish. Bubby. Okay.
Yeah.
Bubby.
And then one more, which I think is really cool. And I apologize if I'm not pronouncing it right. Yaya.
Wow.
And these are all under $200. They're everybody loves their grandmom. Grandmom, especially, Italian grandmoms, Jewish grandmoms, Greek grandmoms, Hispanic grandmoms. This is really cool. It's under $200. It's absolutely beautiful. And they would absolutely love it.
What Rhea's been doing the last few weeks is showing you a spectrum of great things at different prices. That's the whole point. There's something there that will appeal to you within your budget. So go to the other corner of 8th and Walnut, now in Newtown. They got a new place in Newtown, or online at IHateStevenSinger.com. The best there is, Steven Singer Jewelers.
I love it. The only thing people love more, Rhea, is your section on British television. Your choice for Angelo and I, The Forgotten, was so good.
Unforgotten.
The Unforgotten. Sorry, The Unforgotten was so good. What do you got for us this week?
So it's funny, I actually have a British show, which the first episode did not take place in London, but everybody knows it. Ted Lasso dropped this week. I'm a huge Ted Lasso fan. So season 4, episode 1 dropped this week. And where it takes place is, Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso, is back in Kansas City because he wanted to be back where his son was and his ex-wife. And it opens with he's an assistant manager at a supermarket, and you're going, oh, dear God, this is going to be interesting. And then all of a sudden, Rebecca and Keely and Higgins show up because they're trying to convince him to come coach the Richmond's women's team, which is a women's team they're going to create. And just when they step out of the car in Kansas City, which is about as, milk toast as you can get, it's so funny because I don't think people know there's like Kansas City, Missouri, and then there's Kansas City, Kansas. And there's a whole little running gag about Ted Lasso going, no, well, we're in Missouri now. We're not. So it's really funny. But I love the characters. It's like, I watch, you guys know, a lot of murder mysteries, dark stuff. I love this show because I just love the people. There's a scene in it that really spoke to me. So Higgins is a huge jazz fan, and he thinks he's going to go to the Jazz Hall of Fame, which is in Kansas City, but it's closed for a private event. So he stumbles into the Negro Baseball Museum. It's a great couple of minutes because he knows nothing about baseball. And so the young man, Charles, is taking him around and he's teaching him about Satchel Paige. And there was a quote, and Angelo, you probably know this. You wrote a lot about all this kind of stuff. This quote by Satchel Paige says, ain't no man can avoid being average, but there ain't no man has to be common. And I was like, I just went, what? It's a great scene. I love Ted Lasso. I'm super excited. I guess they're dropping them once a week because I immediately wanted to go to the next episode. So I give a really high review. I'm not going to tell you. I don't want to give any spoilers away for the end of season, episode 1. But I'm thrilled that they're back, and I'm excited because season 3 was not so great. So I'm hoping, much like The Bear, they kind of recover, and this is good.
Rhea, would you say the magic is back a little bit with like
when Ted Lasso and Rebecca and Keely or Higgins on the screen? I mean, I can't wait for Roy Kent because I do love him. But the 4 of them interact so the writing is beautiful. It's funny. So I'm excited about it.
I love that. I can't wait to check that out. And Angelo, you struck out last week. You didn't find anything. Did you find something this week for everybody?
Thanks for rubbing it in. If you were a good manager, Jay, if you're a good manager, which I don't think you are, you would have benched me by now because I'm in a horrible slump.
Oh no.
This is the second week. I will go through what I tried to find. And keep in mind, I got plenty to watch. Rescue Me, I'm still binging on Netflix. It's phenomenal. I've been watching Welcome to Wrexham. It's still great. I think it's better than Ted Lasso if you're into soccer. Just my theory on that. But listen to that. So I went to Sterling Point, which is a new show on Prime that's gotten great reviews. Not for me. It was a young adult. Didn't really work for me. Then I went to The Bombing of Pan America 103, which is on Netflix. And you know what, Rhea? I was almost cheating on Rhea because some of it's in London. It stars the Suits guy, Patrick J. Adams. Rhea,
Andrew, remember, isn't that the documentary about the one that was coming back to America in 1989, I believe?
It was Pan Am 103. It was basically somebody put a bomb in it and they blew everybody up. It was awful.
Over Scotland. I believe that happened like 3 weeks before I moved to London, and I just couldn't bring myself to watch it. Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There was a show a couple of years ago, Lockerbie: A Search for Truth, starring Colin Firth. That was the same one. Better. I don't even know why they did this because other one took you in the personal lives of the people who are affected by that awful, awful tragedy. Yeah. This one is more of just a, paint by numbers, here's what happened thing. It didn't work for me. I finally landed on something that's decent. It's called Everything I Ever Wanted. It's a movie. It's a solid B. It stars two young people who are very good, Sasha Carlson and Ali Gallo. And I was looking for stuff like Power Ballad, which I loved. Music-based stuff. It's got really good music in it. But in a drought, which I'm in right now, it was like a thimble full of water. It was tiny. So if you want to see something, Everything I Ever Wanted, how I found it was I just got that thing out where you press the button and go, Everything I Ever Wanted. And it sent me to Fandango, which I didn't even know there was a Fandango, thing now. And I went to it and it popped right up on the screen. But I got nothing. The truth is, I don't have much. I'm striking out. You should bench me, Jay. Bench me for a better hitter.
It has been dry. Like I told you a couple weeks ago, I was struggling. I think we're seeing the effects of that writer's strike a couple of years ago.
Maybe, yeah.
Because sometimes this stuff takes 2 to 3 years to come to fruition. I think we're in that spot right now. And so it's why sometimes I'm going back to older stuff, but I think that's what it is.
And Angelo, I'm like Ted Lasso. I don't believe in winning or losing. I just want you to be the best player you can be. And that's all that I want from you. Angelo, what did we talk about this week?
All right. Well, speaking of writers going on strike, The Hawk is available on Netflix. It stinks. The better, but I don't know, probably not great, is Alley Cats by Ricky Gervais. That is also on Netflix. If you want to see a guy who's still got it, go on Paramount and check out The Daily Show on Mondays with Jon Stewart. Not only has he not been as good, he's gotten better. And you know what else? Fantastic. To get in David Zaslov's face, go and watch the first Barbie on Netflix because it was really good given, that it was probably going to be about a toy doll, but it still worked out pretty well. Yes. I would also say if you want to see a whole different side of Drea Di Matteo or Jamie Presley or even Jesse Cove, go to OnlyFans. I did not go there at the end because they wanted to charge me. Ted Lasso, season 4, now available on Apple, right? Apple, I believe that Apple. Is.
Yep.
Right? Yep. If you want to see what I'm really enjoying right now, you can binge Rescue Me on Netflix or Welcome to Wrexham on Paramount Plus, and Everything I Ever Wanted is on Fandango. Something new, but it was pretty good. Wasn't bad.
That man right there is Angelo Cataldi, who can be seen in the new movie Nobody Died, the story of the Wing Bowl, which is available probably. Is it now or is it next week?
Angelo, August 15th. This week. Check it out on Amazon or Apple. It's really great. Rhea Hughes is in it, and she gets hurt.
And real quick, my 88-year mother is coming to town in about 2 or 3 weeks. Should we watch it together?
Yes, you should. Yes,
She did
you
attend
should.
one. She attended one.
With Clark, too. Have him watch it, too. He's reached puberty. He's ready.
The wing bowl was such a great thing, and it will never be replicated ever. There's never going to be anything like that again. So it's well worth checking out. You can also check out Rhea Hughes on the WIP morning show every morning. You can listen anywhere in the world on the Odyssey app, or you can check out her great Instagram, which is Rhea Hughes 94 WIP, all one word on Instagram. I'm about Rhea to cross 100,000 followers on Instagram. That's my last 6-figure one that I need. I'm about 200 away. You can find me, Hello Jay Black, at Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all the different places. If you like political ranting, which people seem to enjoy, I don't know. And we want to thank our great sponsor, Steven Singer, for helping make this podcast possible, and you guys for listening. We'll be back next week with even more great TV talk. Thanks, everybody.